G'day. Welcome to Navigating New Earth with Captain Kerry, who doesn't have the best Australian accent. Never mind. Welcome and welcome back if you're a returning person, which at this stage, I don't think there's that many, but it's all good. It gives me a chance to get all my information out without feeling too much pressure, right? Anyway, England is a bit of a disaster right now. It's all over the place, and yeah, we just had 3 days of torrential rain and darkness where all the car lights come on all day long. It's really quite fascinating. And we have tropical thunderclouds all the time in the sky. So yeah, but people are waking up and people are starting to get that this ain't normal. So anyway, whilst they're doing that and everybody's waking up to the truth of the realm, I want to do this little course about focusing on the chakras, chakras. And for those people who don't know what a chakra is, I can just say it's probably one of the most important spiritual things that you could actually focus on and devote some time to understanding and working with, because they are very, very important. And for those who know what a chakra is and, think that they've studied it, and yeah, I know, red chakra, fear, kidneys, adrenals, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's great to have the information, but the gnosis and the actual connection to your chakra, a kind of a visceral connection to the point where it's as real as your arm or a finger, then you don't really know the chakras. And I, for one, have not fully ever connected with my chakras. And so in doing these videos, I am sharing information, and I'm also going through the process myself of, making the chakra more real, more relevant, a bit more important, and something that I'm probably, moving forward, I want to have a little 5-minute ritual, maybe every morning and every evening, play the sound for the chakra, imagine the color. You can make up all sorts of things, but I'm going to talk through a bit of an introduction to the chakras again first, generally, and then we're going to focus on the base one, the base or root, which is the red chakra. Okay, that's the Malaysian accent I'm trying to do there. So, chakras. A chakra is basically a connection. Well, you've got 7 of them in your physical body, plus there's another 2 for earth and sky. And there are more, and there are other systems. I'm teaching you, I'm sharing the information of the most basic of the systems, which is the Hindu system. And this is the one with 7, although we have got an extra 2, earth and sky, which are very important. And sorry, I've got a little diagram here. Embarrassed to show you, but let's have a look. I have got a ring light because it's so dark. So it's kind of a bit in the way, but we'll put that ring around her. Or not. We'll put it around the sun. People are probably switching off now. Oh, to be set up as a professional, it would be so wonderful. Anyway, here we are. So you've got your 7 chakras, right? Well, first of all, we've got the earth chakra, which we're supposed to connect to, which is 12 feet below us. We'll come to that later. Now, the chakras in our body system go from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8 if you go to the top one. But actually, if we are including the both, then it would be the first one is the earth one, and then this will become the second, third, fourth, right? And so on up to 9. But when we're referring to chakras, we generally call them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And then we can just, instead of saying 0 or 1 or 8 or 9, we can just refer to earth and sky chakras. Okay. So today we're dealing with the root, which is this one. We then have the sacral chakra, which is the next one up, orange. The solar plexus chakra, the heart chakra, which is actually the bridge between the other, there's 3 here, and there's 3 here. And then the heart acts as the bridge. And then we have the throat, third eye, and crown. Now, the root, the sacral, the solar, and the heart are all considered to be the earth chakras, okay, including this one. And these are the sky chakras, okay? The heart is the sky as well, and the heart is the earth, because the heart is the bridge for everything, and a very, very important organ, the most important organ, obviously, and much more than just for beating blood around. Right, so there we go. So the chakras are basically, this is the belly button here coming in. It's a funnel which is bringing in the energy from the ether, from the earth, from the sky, because remember, everything's energy, frequency, and vibration. We have to stop thinking of things as being solid, created, permanent things. Okay, so there we are. So when we have got everything connected, that's when we are able to function correctly. And things like ascension are easy peasy because, well, that's what it's all about. It's about the inner ascension. Now, this is why in this modern world, you know, we've got people who are hunched over on their devices because in order for the Kundalini or the vital life force to be able to travel freely up and down and to fix anything that's connected to each of these areas, instead we have the chakras going up, and then the next bend, the head's tipped down, and it's just the energy is disappearing out. It's not going up. Okay. Awareness is key in all of this. It's all about your awareness and your attention, way more important and powerful than the actual physical, you know, attributes or qualities, right? So we have to really open up our etheric bodies, our subtle bodies. We have to start to become very aware of them because they are as real, more real than the rest of it. Okay. So we're looking at red today, which is the root chakra, and we're going to just have a little look at the, you know, where it is, what it affects, how it shows up, how to clear it, different ways that you might want to deal with it. And I'm also going to, at the end, play the note, which is C, and because you can sing to clear that, okay? And then I'm going to do, the next video will be the sacral chakra and all the way up. And then it's up to you to go off and, you know, do your own research and look at, you know, other chakra systems. And anyway, but we'll get to that in a second. All right. So your root chakra is all to do with grounding, safety. It's connected to the sex hormones because the organ for the root chakra is the kidneys / adrenals. Okay, the adrenal glands sit on top of the kidneys. Okay, now the chakras are directly connected to your endocrine system, as I said. I think I just said. And your endocrine system is responsible for all of the chemical processes, anything that you can do in your body. It's the endocrine system is a bit like the sort of, you know, the factory of energy of your body. And it basically, it's all the magic that's needed for the experiences of the human, what we experience, things like fear, joy, bliss, pain, suffering, all of that is connected to the endocrine system, which is, yeah, the chemical laboratory of your body. And so the root chakra is connected to the kidneys, and the adrenals. Okay, so that's all to do with things like fear. All right, if you're not feeling safe and grounded, but we'll come on to that in a minute. So yeah, sex hormones or the endocrine system, elimination as well. Obviously, you've got the rectum as one of the physical attributes of the root chakra. It's located between the sex organs and the rectum. Okay, so it's definitely feeding that area and those energies. It's also a fuel processor, especially for the fuel that we receive from the earth. All right. Sorry about this. So the energy that we receive from the Mother Earth is processed through the root chakra. Okay, so very, very, very important that we, because I've done some chakra work in my life, and I'm always tending to want to just, oh, I'm going to clear my heart chakra today, or my sacral chakra. Oh, I love my solar plexus chakra, by the way, fully open. My throat chakra needs a bit of help, I think. My third eye's okay. And my crown, I think, is okay, maybe a bit blocked, purposefully so. But I've always been a little bit reluctant to sort of deal with the root chakra, which makes sense because obviously if it's the closest to Earth and it's number one and it's the first one, it would make sense, if you were a bit logical, that you would work on the root chakra first before you could graduate to the next one, okay? And especially, it's a difficult one to work on if you are holding childhood trauma of sexual abuse, neglect, abandonment, if you ever were in situations that you didn't feel safe, or you were threatened. The root chakra is developing from age 0 to 7. So it really is that foundation. It's everything that we're taking in on a kind of a safety level, working out how safe we are in the world. And if that chakra is not aligned or was kind of shocked out of balance when you were small, it's never going to right itself. It will always be then, taking in the energies with a kind of corrupt filter or corrupt pattern. Okay, so the nadis, the cone-shaped filters, which are not in 3D like this. I mean, they're kind of holographic and everywhere, but for the purpose of 3D human understanding, we like to work with images in our heads which are kind of 3D. So it's a bit like an ice cream cone, okay? And it's funneling in, and it's a vortex, and it's filtering the energies as they're coming in. And if your root chakra is holding frequencies around shame, humiliation, hunger, lack, fear, feeling unsafe, and frightened, the way that you go around your life, everything that you come into contact with is going to go through that filter. So even things that are not necessarily dangerous or threatening or have anything to do with anything you experienced 0 to 7, your chakras are going to put that kind of filter on to everything that's coming in. Okay, so basically the chakra is taking in the subtle energies, it's filtering them, and it's kind of turning them into energies that you can use in your physical body. It becomes manifest as, with the root chakra, your kidneys and your liver, your adrenals, which are all about willpower and energy and, having the courage and the power to forge through your life, feeling safe and protected and grounded most of the time. Now, that chakra, of course, is balanced out by the opposite, which is the crown chakra, which is connected to the higher frequencies. So your 3 lower chakras, your root, sacral, and your solar plexus, are connected with the earth chakras. They're the 3 lower ones. Your heart's the bridge. Then you've got your higher ones. So issues to do with your root chakra are definitely then going to trickle up, right, and affect all the others. And usually issues to do with the sacral chakra, which is also called the sexual chakra, are often very connected to each other, both around feelings of safety and groundedness and nurturing and creativity and ability to you know, be in the world and not feel like an imposter or a fraud or like you're really not supposed to be here. Okay. So, so if we have issues in the root chakra, they would normally be around things like feeding, shelter, safety, and the ability to provide for oneself. They, in a dysfunctional root chakra, would display symptoms of such things as hoarding, predatory behavior. Sexual predators usually have a very unhinged root chakra. They're not connected to the earth. Mindless violence, chronic fatigue, birth trauma, and abandonment issues. The more separated that we become from the root chakra, the more masculine we become, the more trying to be dominant, the more we try to kind of take more and control more and have more power, because we're not getting it from the earth. We're not getting that security and that grounding from the earth. And so we're trying to kind of, you know, thrash around in the projection, because remember, the chakras are taking in the energy, it's coming through our vessel, and we're then projecting our reality around us. Everything, it's like we're floating in space, and everything you see around you is an absolute projection through your pineal, using all the information that's coming in, not just from your eyes, ears, taste, touch, and smell, but also from the ether. And there's lots and lots of things going on in the ether that we can connect to, or that we want to be protected from. Okay, we have to stop thinking of the air around us as empty space. It's anything but. It's way more dense in a way than even our physical body. Everything you see that's still and solid, whilst it might be very gross and some people call it dense, right? It's basically just such a low vibration that everything has appeared to stop moving and be still. But it's not really, it's just vibrating slowly. The chakras processing energy, which is vibrating extremely fast. And if you haven't got your chakra system in alignment, you're not going to be able to feed. You're not going to be able to draw this energy in from the absolute air around you, you know, to feed your etheric, spiritual, rainbow light body, right? Once we're able to focus on every single chakra like a tuning fork, ding, 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 bing, we should be able to just off you go, you know? And I really do urge people to take this seriously. It truly is such a massively powerful foundational thing to learn, and it's not that difficult. So yeah, negative aspects of an ungrounded chakra can lead to, you know, physical pain in your kidneys, even possibly your liver and your, you know, creative organs. Again, if it's not balanced, there's a very much a letting go of the divine feminine earth energy and, you know, this kind of fake clamoring to be seen as courageous and grounded when in fact you're anything other than that. And when you then couple that with the fact that the you know, a common symptom of an ungrounded root chakra would be hoarding, obsession with money, material possessions, having things, you know, all that kind of stuff, which was me. I mean, literally, I look back in horror at what my life revolved around when I was in Malaysia, and it was all the malls. God, what a, you know, what a psyop to run on people when they've got ungrounded root chakras and are looking to surround themselves with possible material comforts, right? When it should be the love of the mother and the father and, you know, the connection with earth. In fact, in a lot of in the Incan traditions and a lot of other similar traditions, when the child kind of comes of age around anything between, I don't know, 7 and 12 or 13, usually 12 or 13, it's when a kind of farewell and a acknowledgement of the biological parents is made, and the child or the person, the being takes on the earth and nature as their mother, father figure. The sky is the father, the stars and the sky are the father, and the earth and the rocks and the soil and the rivers and the forests are the mother. And the child in a natural environment is introduced to these, their new mother and father, and encouraged to go and spend a kind of an initiation time with them, to know that they are protected by the universe and by Earth, Mother Earth. We used to sleep out in the grass. I mean, the other day when it was a bit sunny and hot for a hot minute, I was like lying on the grass playing with my cat, and I could smell the earth. And I just thought, wow, all these beautiful little places in the forest where, you've got mossy banks around the trees and you just used to curl up and sleep in the forest. I mean, we're so disconnected. We're so disconnected from it all, which is why, I'm going back to basics with chakras. Sola. What else can I say about the all right, so the root chakra also is feeding our passion and our creativity and our sexuality. That's where all that energy comes from. And one of the problems, one of the negative aspects is the concept of feeding and never feeling like you've got enough. That's what leads on to addictions, right? Whether it's smoking, drinking, drugs, or sex, probably primarily sex. So sexual predators generally don't have any anchor to the earth. Otherwise, those urges would be transmuted and eliminated through waste instead of going up into the sexual chakra, up into the power chakra and the heart and so on, to be kind of, to wreak havoc. And so the adrenals, the endocrine system that's connected to the root is also testosterone and estrogen. Okay, so again, it's about that very basic, male, female. I really feel like a lot of children these days are absolutely disconnected. Not only are they in classrooms all day, they're not out in the earth with their feet and hands in the mud, connecting with the actual planet that we were made from. They're in the cube classrooms, being taught absolute tosh nonsense, and rubber-soled shoes, plastic flooring, plastic walls, plastic ceilings, plastic everything, and the Wi-Fi interception is bouncing off the walls everywhere. Our children are just like floating around, total targets. And because a lot of parents these days don't seem to understand what it means to be a parent and what it means to actually commit to having children, in that you're going to do every single thing you can for the child. It looks these days like, for a lot of people, kids are accessories to be picked up and dropped, and therefore it's even more important that we get to know this. And please, we have to talk to our children. This is their magic body. This is where your Avenger body comes from. You've got to connect to your chakras. So yes, people who are having issues with their root chakra are the kind of people that really feel like the whole world's out to get them, and that they don't owe the world anything. The world owes them, and, fuck everybody else. And it's me, me, me. This is definitely someone who's been harmed as an infant or child, or has been made to feel these feelings of insignificant, not good enough, not loved, not cared for on their own. And it's basically everybody now. If you went through 2020, your root chakra is a bit screwed up. So yeah, birth trauma, early trauma years, and also finally, your root chakra is the home of the coiled serpent, of your Kundalini energy, which is waiting to be released and to make its way up to your higher chakras so that you can use that energy to connect with, well, your higher self and God, Source, the Creator, the Mother, Father, Holy Spirit, whatever you want to call it. That's what it's all about. Yeah, it's all energy, frequency, and vibration. Okay. So, yeah, so your chakras are basically body parts, which are the gateway between your physical manifestation and all of the energies, frequencies, vibrations, and all that exists in the ether around us, right? If you tune your chakra, you can do anything. But as with all these things, awareness and intention is 99% of it. You know, it's all very well learning and having the information about the chakra. But if you don't have the intention and the awareness and then apply what you've learned to see, you know, what are you really going to learn when you explore yourself? If you spend 10 minutes thinking, okay, fine, whatever, I'm gonna do it, I'll try and see what goes on with my chakra. Yeah, fine. If you sit there for 10 minutes, great. You know, you're starting to make a connection, but you're probably not going to actually experience anything mad or crazy until you've been doing it for a bit. And also we need to kind of, you know, be connecting them all. So yeah, the reason I'm doing it this way, instead of just going through all the chakras and letting people just do what they want. And I'm not trying to control. It's just that for me, I know that I myself have never actually sat down and focused on one. I've always been reading through really quickly, you know, just trying to get past it as quickly as I can, thinking that they're not really that important. And now I'm starting to have all these kind of conversations with my higher self. And, you know, I'm being told a few things and I've been a bit lazy. I've been a little bit possibly arrogant, thinking, oh, I know it all. I've done body talk and Bowen and I'm a healer. No, there's a lot about my root base chakra and it does need attention. So I think that's about it. So all that remains to say is now, considering that the chakras transform the subtle energies and are therefore very important, it is necessary for us to kind of clear out the chakra. And how are we going to do this? So I myself think it would be good to do like a day where you focus on, I mean, because there's 7 days in a week, right? So Monday could be root chakra day, where you wear red and you eat red food, or you just have a red bag, or you have a red stone, or you paint something in red, or you use a red cup. I mean, drink red things, you know, not sugary, fizzy things. You could paint something in red. It's about just having the idea of red, right? Or you could do a meditation on red things, have red roses, red flowers around you. Eat red food, beetroots, tomatoes, strawberries, raspberries, even purple foods work here. And then for sound, you can play or hum the note which goes for red, for red, for the root chakra, which is the note of C. Now, I'm actually going to play the note of C. I hope it kind of shows up on here. And I'm going to maybe sing a little bit just to show you. It's going to sound a bit rough because but I have been learning a new opera song because I do like to learn these opera songs off by heart, and it's called Sposa son disprezzata. I'm still learning it. I've got all my lyrics here. Do like to share a few random mad things, you know. So there's my lyrics. I've even got my own way of like remembering like how to sing it. Like this vibrato thingy goes downwards and then this one goes up. And yeah, so it's kind of cool. Sposo, son dispreso vida. See, I've gone off the note there. Sono tragiato. Anyway, I'm not going to go there because I'm still learning it by basically repeating the song over and over and over and over until I don't make mistakes when I'm singing. But it's a beautiful song. And I heard it a few couple of nights ago when I was watching Baby Reindeer. Oof. What a series. I have to say, from someone who's been through a lot of that, extremely powerful and very honest. Very, very honest. It's yeah, if you're up for it, good thing to watch. But at the end of episode 3, they sing Sposa son disprezzata, Kerry, disprezzata. Anyway, so the note for C, sorry, the note C for the root chakra, the note for root chakra is C, and this is C. And you can feel free to hum along. I'm not very good with low notes. And then you can just sing along however you want. This is a YouTube thing. So there's your note for C. There you go. I do like to have a little bit of a sing song, and because I'm learning to sing this song at the moment, I will be breaking out in opera more and more. And it's not a coincidence, is it? Considering that before the Tower of Babel and these confusing words and the English language was thrust upon us, I'm pretty sure, we just sang notes to each other. We just sang all the time. And you could just wander into the healing chambers, aka the cathedrals and churches, and have your voice, just reverberate around. Those were the days. I remember them. I was listening to the sheep chatting to each other. There's a mother and baby sheep here, a mother and lamb. They are so vocal with each other. And it's like you can tell what they're saying, what the mum's like, where are you? And the baby's like, I'm over here, mate, I'm with my mates. I'll be over in a minute. And she's like, nah. And the baby's like, Rah. And they just like talk to each other. It's hilarious. And eventually the baby comes over to the mum because she's getting a bit annoyed. And then she tells it off. And, it's all the same stuff. If we didn't have all of this fictional fake matrix to contend with, and that was sucking up all our time, and we didn't need to communicate bullshit, we wouldn't have that much to say to each other, really, except to sing songs of whatever. Obviously, when you move up to different dimensions, it's a bit different, right? Different densities and dimensions, same thing, different word. It doesn't matter whether you want to think of densities as going up or dimensions being part of densities, you know, it doesn't matter. We're limited with the words. We kind of know. Right. I think that's about it. I'm going to go back and continue learning my song. Yeah, I was going to flip the board the other way, but I don't think I need to. I think there's enough information. And yeah, you can go and have a read about chakras. But the important thing is to just contemplate them yourself. And there is a video that I did before about the spinning the chakras. You can visualize yourself blowing them clean. You can play the note, think about a shower, whatever you want. But it's just important that we do pay attention. They are real just because they're not physically, they can't be physically manifest because they're energy generators. A bit like, you know, how's my phone playing the music, right? Well, the chakra is the same as whatever is allowing the phone to pull the information out of this empty space into the phone to become all sorts of crazy things, right? Well, it's the same with your physical bodies, the phone kind of, we are these computers, and the chakra is the same. I mean, you know, where are the wires? There aren't any. People just take it all for granted. They never think, hold on a minute. How does it really work? How do the phones really work? How does Wi-Fi and wireless really work? Well, those airwaves have been hijacked, right? That's where we're supposed to get all of our information and the frequencies, and they've all been completely hijacked by radio waves and radar waves, and now we've got the G waves, right? And so we have to work harder to keep everything cleansed, our receptor, our vehicle in super tip-top condition, so that we might pick up all of the, you know, higher frequencies which are constantly coming through, but which you're going to miss if you're not aware. It's all about awareness and the intention to, you know, be clean, and the intention to integrate the higher frequencies so that we will become a vibrating vessel of light as we were. Okay. Right. Well, I hope it was useful. Hope you enjoyed my singing. Probably sounds awful on here. Who cares? It's okay. It's all good. And I will see you tomorrow for the sacral chakra. Until then, goodbye.